So today I'm going to be doing the Drake and Tory Lanez beef part 3. If you haven't seen part 1 and part 2 already, make sure to go check them out on my channel. Basically, I go over their entire history and beef that started all the way back in 2010. So if you haven't been keeping up to date, a lot has happened in the past month in regards to the Drake and Tory Lanez relationship. First, Tory Lanez dropped his new single, Love, which kind of has a dancehall inspired sound to it, and so immediately people were comparing it to Drake and saying that, you know, Tory Lanez is trying to hop on the same dancehall wave as Drake. You know how people love to compare Tory Lanez and Drake. So first there was that, but nothing really came of that. Boy Wonder kind of called out Tory Lanez on Twitter saying that it was a terrible dancehall imitation. I actually made a video about that. If you want to hear a more in-depth explanation of, you know, Boy Wonder and Tory Lanez kind of Twitter beef, you can watch this video here. And then after that, Tory Lanez actually did a remix of Controlla. And so a lot of people thought that was him taking aim at Drake, because in a lot of interviews, Tory Lanez says that, you know, he wants that #1 spot. He wants to be better than Drake. And so by remixing Controlla, he's obviously out to prove that he can do this better than Drake. And so Drake didn't take too kindly to that. On the first night of the Summer 16 tour, Drake actually changed the line in the song Summer 16, the bar which dissed Tory Lanez, which was, you know, all you boys from the new Toronto wanna be me a little. He changed that to all you boys making fake Controllas wanna be me a little. And so he was obviously taking aim at Tory Lanez, and some people think he might have been taking aim at Tyga as well, who just released a song called One of One, which sounds like a pretty terrible ripoff of Controlla. So take a listen for yourself.
Look, all you boys want fake control, wanna be in the middle. All your exes know I like my O's with a B in the middle. You would love it if I went away and didn't.
So since this Drake and Tory Lanez beef has started, essentially Tory Lanez has been asked about it in every single interview. You know, whether you like Drake or not, he is essentially the biggest artist in the game, and you know the media loves to speak about him. So especially since Drake is acknowledging Tory Lanez, he's dissing him, even though it might be a bit subliminal. Same with Tory Lanez, even though, you know, Tory Lanez disses towards Drake might be a bit subliminal. You know, there's obviously some tension between the two, and so, you know, like the radio stations, they're all over that. They want to speak about it because that's what people are interested about. So essentially, Tory Lanez is doing a press run right now because he has a new album coming out August 19th called I Told You. And so he's going from city to city, radio station to radio station, and every DJ is asking him, you know, about the Drake beef. And so I'm not gonna play you all the clips because it's kind of repetitive. Tory Lanez is essentially saying, you know, like, he doesn't really have an issue. He just wants to go for that #1 spot. You know, he wants to be better than Drake, and, you know, he's just going for that #1 spot. And in one interview, he actually said that he thought he was better than Drake.
5 words or 5 anything, and then Tory Lanez, you tell us the first thing that comes to mind.
Tory Lanez.
Dylan.
Drizzy.
I'm better.
Good.
So after this happened, Tory Lanez went on the Sway in the Morning show, and Sway, you know, I like Sway because he just asks questions straight up. You know, he's honest with rappers, and so essentially he asked Tory Lanez, you know, are you trolling Drake? You know, like, when you put out the Controlla remix, it's hard for people not to think, you know, that you're, you know, trolling a bit and you're trying to egg him on to, you know, diss him. And Tory Lanez, you know, flat out denied that. He said that he just liked the song Controlla, and, you know, that's why he remixed it. He dropped his I Got the Keys remix on the exact same day, and, you know, he just remixes a lot of songs. He liked that song, and so he remixed it, you know. So Sway hit him with a ton of Drake questions, as does every radio DJ, and, you know, obviously Tory Lanez got a bit fed up with it. After the 9-minute mark, he's just like, enough of Aubrey, man, enough of Aubrey. He called him Aubrey, you know, he called him by his government. So right there, I think that was kind of I thought that was kind of funny.
I like Tory Lanez, man. You can ask this dude anything. Drake came out on stage. You put out this Controlla remix.
Hold on, time out, man. Enough about Aubrey, man. We here to talk about me today.
I just want to get this out.
Nah, man.
I gotta get this out, Tory Lanez. I'm gonna get to you.
Man.
I promise, man. I promise. But you put out
the legendary Sway, man.
Yeah,
we ain't here to talk about no other niggas but me.
But this is what happens when you put out the Controlla remix, which I think you're a great artist. But it leaves questions to the trolling thing. Like, you don't have to necessarily. I mean,
I just like this song. That's it. That was all it was. I'm not a hater, like I said. Like, I'm not a hater. I've expressed this before. I've never been a hater. We like you.
Okay.
We just want to be number one.
Just want
Is
to be
there a
number
problem
one.
with that? Can I be the best? Can y'all watch me be great? Will y'all allow me to do that? That's all it is. Damn. You know?
Right after that, you know, Tory Lanez, as he's going around promoting his album, he went to Philly. He actually went to New York, but he stopped in Philly, and he was doing an album listening party in New York. But first he was in Philly, and he posted on his Instagram story, you know, we out here in Philly, like real Toronto boys. We out here, unlike you guys. You know, I'm good in Philly, unlike you. And you know, obviously, who do you think he's speaking about? You know, when he's saying real Toronto boys are out here, you know, I'm good in Philly, unlike you. Obviously, everyone's gonna assume he's speaking about Drake, who has beef with Meek Mill, who's obviously from Philadelphia.
Saying we really out here in Philly, real Toronto niggas out here in Philly, not them other guys, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas know what the fuck it is. We really be out here, you heard? Yeah.
Right out here on Seagull Street, nigga. Niggas can't
Oh man, we out here in Philly, top hood. You know what I'm saying?
believe that. I don't even know how to work the gram snap.
Unlike you, I'm good in Philly, nigga.
I don't know how to work the gram snap.
Unlike you, I'm good in Philly, nigga.
You know, right after he says, you know, oh, I'm not trolling Drake, you know, I just want to be number one, I'm just trying to be competitive. He goes on Instagram and says, you know, goes to Philadelphia and says, I'm good in Philly, unlike you. So, I mean, that's why it's hard for people to, you know, not believe that Tory Lanez is trolling Drake, because he says one thing but then he goes and does another thing. So I don't know if Drake is actually not good in Philly. He has a show in Philly on August 21st, so that's coming up real quick. I guess people will see if he's really good in Philly. And when the whole Meek Mill and Drake beef was going down, AR Ab, who's a Philly rapper, said that Drake has the red carpet treatment in Philly.
And Drake got the red carpet.
I will pull
And
this
he
out
got the
right
red
now, but I ain't
carpet.
gonna
Drake
go.
got the red carpet.
Drake
Just
good
left
in Philly.
yesterday.
Drake good in Philly.
Just left yesterday.
Of course he got the red carpet. Of course.
Drake got that red carpet.
Of course.
So, I mean, Drake's a big superstar, you know, it's not like he's gonna be performing at a nightclub. So I don't think, you know, anything too serious is gonna happen when he comes to Philly, but I guess we'll see on August 21st. So after Tory Lanez posted those videos to Instagram saying he was good out in Philly, unlike some other rappers who presumably he was speaking about Drake, Boy Wonder came to the defense of Drake on Twitter, and he had this to say: one dude is selling out Madison Square Garden 4 nights, and the other dude trolling for attention and record sales. There's levels to this. So obviously he's speaking about Drake, who just sold out the Madison Square Garden 4 nights in a row, and now he's saying that Tory Lanez is trying to feed into this beef to promote his new album, which is coming out in a week, and try and boost his record sales. So it looks like this beef isn't gonna end anytime soon. Tory Lanez didn't respond to Boy Wonder this time, but you never know what's gonna happen in the future. It seems like they continue throwing some subliminal shots at each other, even if it isn't Drake dissing Tory Lanez, it's someone from the OVO camp that's been responding to him. So there's no love in Toronto right now. It seems like there's definitely some tension, and it looks like there's no end in sight. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what's gonna happen in the near future. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Tory Lanez is trolling Drake? Do you think, you know, he's feeding into the beef to boost his record sales, or, you know, attempt to create more attention towards his new album coming out soon? Let me know in the comment section below, and please make sure to subscribe to my channel. I just passed 500 subscribers, so I'm super stoked about that, and you know, I really appreciate everyone who subscribes. So if you haven't, please subscribe, and I've got a lot more videos on the way, so I will talk to you guys soon. All right, thanks a lot, guys.